Hola, mis amigos. How's my little chefs doing today? Are you ready to make some lunch? Okay, we're gonna make two things. One is we're going to make a vegetable boat that you can cook in the oven or on a fire, whatever works better for your family. And another is a 2-layer popsicle. Okay, so let's make the vegetable boat first. The first thing you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to think about what kind of vegetables do you like to eat? And then when you've figured that out, you need to get them out and put them onto a cutting board. Remember that these are vegetables that are going to be cooked. So you have to think about cooked vegetables and raw vegetables. So for example, cooked lettuce tastes kind of bad. It's much better when it's fresh and raw. But potatoes, for example, they taste terrible raw. So we want to always cook these. So we're thinking about kinds of vegetables that we want to cook for our vegetable boat. And the ones that I found in my house for today are potato, carrot, and does anyone recognize this? Celery. So what you need to do is you need to find your chef knife, you need to wash your hands, and then get your workspace ready. So my workspace is right here. And I have two knives. I have an adult knife and I have a kid knife. But I don't have a kid with me today. So I'm going to set my kid knife aside and I'm going to cut up my vegetables. I'm going to start with my celery. So my celery has an end and I'm going to cut the end off and push it to the side. I'm going to cut the other end off and push it to the side. I'm going to feed these to the chickens, or you can put it in your compost, whatever works for you, whatever you have available, okay? Then you're gonna hold your vegetable, in this case it's a celery, you're gonna hold it down and you look for the flat edge. So here's my flat edge and here's my rounded edge. Can you see the rounded edge and the flat edge? Put your flat edge on the cutting board. And then you're gonna cut into bite-sized pieces. And remember, you want to cut as much as you can eat. Or if you're making food for other people, you want to think about how much they can eat also. All right, so now I have, this is about as much celery as I'm going to need for my lunch. Put my other celery to the side. I'm going to use a carrot. I'm not going to peel my carrot. You get to choose about your carrot. So if you don't want the peel, then you need to get out your peeler and peel your carrot. If the peel is fine for you, and it is for me, then you can leave it on. I've washed my carrot, and I feel good about not peeling it. But I'm still, just like with my celery, I'm going to cut off the ends, and then I'm going to cut it. I'm going to hold my knife like I mean it, and I'm going to hold my carrot down onto the cutting board. And with a nice, strong cut, I'm going to cut my carrot into bite-sized pieces. I'm going to look out for my hands. You see how my hand keeps scooting back away from the knife? That's because I only want to cut vegetables. And then I set my knife down facing away from me, and I put the carrots into my vegetable pile. I have one more thing I'm going to cut. You guessed it, my potato. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hold the potato. The whole potato is round. There's no flat spot. I'm going to make a flat spot. I'm going to hold it with my edge of my fingers on the side. I'm going to push down. It's going to come away. But now look what I've created. I've created a flat spot. Here's the round and here's the flat. So I'm going to set my flat spots flat, and now they don't roll around anymore. So that feels really good. And I'm going to cut my potato into bite-sized pieces and add it to the pile. Really careful with my knife. I'm taking my time because I know that my knife is a tool, not a toy. I'm going to scoot these off to the side. All right, it's time to make the boat. So set my knife over too. And what you're going to need for your boat, you will need a piece of foil. So this is a piece of foil. This is a little bigger than you need, but since I'd already cut it off, I didn't want to waste it. So you're going to set your foil down. I'll show you what I'm doing. Set your foil down and put all the vegetables for your lunch right into the middle of it. Right like that. This is something that we like to make when we go camping or if we're having a campfire outside or if it's a cold night. You can set out a bunch of vegetables and let everybody, the whole family can make their own vegetable boat. And so you don't want it to be too stacked up. You want it to be kind of like this. Can you see that? Okay, this is going to fill me right up. That's a lot of vegetables. Okay, so now what we have is we're going to season our boat, which means we're going to put some spices and some herbs so that it can taste really savory. One thing that I'm going to put garlic, and you can use fresh garlic or dried garlic. I have dried garlic. I'm going to put some salt on mine, and at our house we keep our salt